This episode has been brought to you by Fornos Law Firm, devoted to optimizing your legal results at fornoslaw.com.
Welcome to Push Room, where we talk about disability news, culture, interviews, and more. I'm Ray Pizarro.
I'm Richard Bell.
We'd like to thank our audience for tuning in. Today on the show, we got a really good friend of ours that's doing great things in the community and is really active. And he's from CORE, Center of Restorative Exercise. Aaron Baker is with us today. Thanks for stopping by, Aaron.
Yeah, thanks, fellas, for having me.
Yeah. So first off, Aaron, who the hell are you?
I'm just a guy originally from Carmel, California, Central Cal, and I moved down to SoCal to race dirt bikes.
Right on.
Yep.
And how did that go for you?
Well, it was going really well initially. Santa brought me my first dirt bike when I was a little boy, and then had a real successful amateur career and ended up breaking my neck in 1999, the first year I turned pro.
Wow. So you broke your neck racing?
Yep, racing motorcycles. It was my passion. Learned a lot, learned about discipline and sacrifice and how to train my body and, kind of manage fear and all these things that come with that level of sport.
Yeah.
And then, accidents happen. So.
And what level are you considered? What level of injury?
In 1999, my prognosis was C456 complete quadriplegic. And, at that time, ventilator and no movement from the neck down.
Wow.
And a pretty grim prognosis of, not being able to feed myself or any of these things that, us in this community know well. And, we just chose to challenge the thing. And so.
Yeah. I'm curious to ask, did your career help at all with adjusting to your new life as a quadriplegic?
I think so. I think being an athlete, having that athlete mindset, the innate ability to visualize my kind of positive outcome. Somehow I was able to instinctively connect my mind to my body and apply some of the fundamental principles that I learned from racing to my recovery. I think that aided tremendously in my return of function and just kind of how I manage and deal with my spinal cord injury.
That definitely makes sense. That makes a lot
Absolutely.
of sense.
And also, how long was your stay at rehab? Or now these days, people are leaving in 20-some days and they send people home. So
well, it's crazy. I mean, I was really fortunate, 18 years ago to be able to stay in the hospital for nearly 6 months as an inpatient.
Okay.
That's unheard of today. And then to follow that up with another 6 as an outpatient, where I understand a lot of people want to get out of the hospital as soon as possible, but there was something I understood that was the place I needed to be. I knew that outside of the hospital, nothing was going to be adapted for me. The resources were scarce.
Especially at that time, huh? 1999.
Especially, yeah. So I just knew that I needed to stay there. I needed to absorb the information. I needed to, utilize the doctor's expertise and just push the rehab therapist because I brought the motivation. They had the education, and that's where I knew I was going to find some results.
So as soon thereafter, when you get home and stuff, what kind of ignited that vision of CORE? What made you lead into that type of, setting that gym up and stuff?
Well, maybe I think it was just kind of a perfect scenario for me because there was no home from the hospital. We went to Motel 6.
Oh.
My mom had a ranch in Oklahoma. My dad was out in Arizona. I was in Southern California racing on a race team. So it wasn't like I was trying to get back to life as I knew it. We had to basically start over. And when we were trying to integrate into rehabilitation, or at least continue my rehab, there weren't any options back then. We were trying to transfer my, quadriplegic body on and off of equipment at different gyms. And I think that's where the seed was planted. It was like, okay, well, nothing exists. We should do something because I'm going to need this for the rest of my life.
Right.
And it was in the year 2000 when a friend of ours told us about Taylor Isaacs, who was then a professor of kinesiology at CSUN, Cal State University Northridge, at a place called the Center of Achievement. That place was a teaching learning lab for the students, but it allowed the community members to come in and access all this unique and specialized equipment. A place that all of a sudden, when I rolled through the doors, I was like, wow. This is the Gold's Gym for the physically disabled. And I thought, this is where I can get it done. So
Nice.
that's, I think, the seed that was planted then.
Yeah. And guess how Ray and I met?
Really?
At a gym. But that gym is long gone. But it was a gym for SCI. And that's where we met. But the most important thing, aside from the exercise, was we got to share ideas. And,
Exactly.
That's what gets you out of your shell and gives you that independence.
Yeah, it's all the camaraderie and just the socializing part of it that helps people get past that mental roadblock, right?
I agree.
Just moving forward.
Yeah, I can't agree more. I think being able to just network with each other and figure out life hacks, how to live in the chair, how to deal with these conditions that you're not going to find the information out there.
Right.
We have it. We live with it. We are the ones that can kind of tweak our scenarios and make life work for us, not against us.
Right. So tell us how what the process was as far as getting that seed to flourish and open up Core.
Well, yeah, Core, is always a real big picture for us. I knew in the back of my mind that somehow we were going to manifest this thing, but you know how resources are. I mean, we liquidate all our assets just to pay for the medical expenses of this condition.
Right.
And so I was fortunate to be covered by Children California Services and SSI, and those systems worked for me in the beginning, but we had no disposable income or funds that we could invest anywhere. We started from the ground up. So somehow I knew that if I stayed the course with my rehabilitation and my challenging the condition, building kind of a portfolio of experience and accomplishments where, in my recovery, I was able to pedal a bicycle again. And I ended up riding the bicycle in the LA Marathon a few times, right here down the street, across the finish line. Yeah, right in downtown LA. And then
making all that racket, waking me up.
that was us. And then riding that bicycle across the country twice. That started to build a resume for me. And I approached this whole injury kind of like I did my racing. I built resumes for my sponsors to fund these things because, again, we had no resources. Right. And I had my sponsors back my ambition. And that was the deal. I have the drive and the motivation to get this stuff done, but you got to find other people and companies to get behind you and facilitate it. And so after the 2 cross-country tours, which, that's from the West Coast to the East Coast, those are long endeavors, I started riding for the United States Paralympic cycling team. Wow. And that gave me a level of credibility now that, what I'm doing is valuable, to other companies. And when I speak about my process and my position as a spinal cord injured spokesperson or ambassador, that I've got some good experience. I'm not just selling you something. I'm telling you that this is how I live and this is the hard work that I've got into this thing. And so by continuously laying that groundwork down, I knew that when we were going to open the door of a facility, when we were able to scrounge all our pennies together and open that door, that it was going to be opened with some clout, with some real, I think, I don't know, we can relate to the process of difficulty. You can respect that the work that's been done. I'm not just opening some business idea because there's a niche for it. It's something that's really needed. And we validated that need over many, many years. And it's just my mother and me, coming from nothing to now. And so in January 1st, 2011, we opened that door.
Wow.
All of our chips or all our eggs are in that basket. Yeah, we opened the door and we said, come on, I need it. I know you could use it. I know people in our community are going to benefit from it. And so that was it. That was 6 years ago. And today we're building out a new center. So
that's exciting.
Well, at that note, we're going to take a little break for our sponsor. And then we'll be right back and talk about the new facility.
This episode has been brought to you by our good friends at Precision Rehabilitation, neuro rehab at its finest. For more information, visit them at precisionrehabilitation.com.
Okay. And we are back, guys. Rich?
Yeah. So, okay, we were talking just now about a new facility, and I'm super curious to hear about it.
Well, when we open the doors of Core, it's a modest little space. It's only 1,700 square feet. It's a boutique.
Just a nice space.
We wanted to make it, cutting edge, feel good, not feel like rehab, make it feel, progressive and inclusive, so that when you roll through that door, you're just like a part of the family. And so, now that we've got this new opportunity this year, Core has been successful over the years. We're moving into 4,500 square feet. So that's 2.5 times the size we are now, which
Sweet.
we'll be able to throw some real parties in there.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But I always come for the parties.
The party, we'll have some live music. We're going to have a ribbon cutting, actually, guys.
Yeah.
April 22nd.
Okay.
The city of Northridge is going to be out. We're going to officially cut a ribbon and open that place up.
That's April 22nd.
So we'll make sure we get it up on all our social media so we can have a good turnout for you and have everyone show up in the area or people come out, because sharing that a new location has opened with more fun equipment and great people around you, it's only going to help, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's great to do it together. There's a acronym for the word team, TEAM. Together, each achieves more, and it's true. In our situation, we make great things happen when we work together. So
Now, is there a membership for the gym? Is it going to change, or how's that going to work? Do you have any?
the model stays
insight
the
on
same.
that?
Yep, it's
Okay.
a general membership.
Okay.
$59 a month gives you full access to the space.
And what are the hours?
The hours right now are 9 a.m. to 6:37 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Okay.
10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday. But with the new location, we want to open it up, even longer. So
Yeah, weekends are a big issue for a lot of gyms because a lot of people work, go to school, or just do therapy during the week. And if they could sneak out on weekends to be able to take advantage of all that great equipment and therapy, and I mean, I'm sure that's
no, you're right.
kudos for you for doing that.
Well, thanks. It feels good. Lay my head down at night just knowing that it's something that I need every day, and it's passion work. It doesn't feel like work, although my plate's pretty full and I'm really busy all the time. I like it that way. I really like it that way because I'm also an ambassador for Red Bull's Wings for Life,
Okay.
which that's a big event coming up May 7th
Okay.
this year. It's called the World Run, and it's 100% of the proceeds go towards spinal cord injury.
Sweet.
So I'm immensely passionate about that program. And I'm also with Shield Healthcare. Shield Healthcare.
I read your article, actually.
Yeah, I put some articles out. Yep. I've got a community page, the spinal cord injury page.
It was an
about
awesome article about traveling.
traveling. I like to travel light. He who travels happily must travel light. So
That's my motto before my injury. I don't know what to do now, so I'm going to have to talk to you after this.
well, again, like we were talking about, little life hacks, how we do this
Exactly.
thing, how we live well.
Yeah, and we appreciate you coming down and sharing, because that's what Push Rim's all about, is bringing community together and pushing it back out to all the people to tap into these valuable resources. And if you're providing this great service, people are going to benefit from it in the long run, because it's all about maintenance, right?
Absolutely.
I tell people, stay in the best shape of your life, because if there's a cure down the road around the corner and they're looking for participants and it's a vetted process, guess who they're going to pick? People who are in the best shape of their lives. I mean, in best shape to be able to participate in these things. So, you're awesome, man. Thank you for being such a leader and ambassador for not only those different organizations you're a part of, but the community in a whole.
Yeah, and I know the Abilities Expo is coming up. Are you guys doing anything there?
We won't have a booth, but I'm going to be there.
Well, I know you're going to be there because
Yeah.
that's the big, reunion for all of us, Willer types. But in preparation, I admonish all of you guys to go to Core, get your health up. I'm already starting to hydrate and detox now because that weekend we're going to turn up, and I'm trying to get myself prepared ahead of time because in the past it was a long recovery after that weekend. So.
Yeah. So where can people look you up, get more information? Your website?
Yeah, sure. You can find me on my personal site, which is imaaronbaker.com, the Center of Restorative Exercise.com. My Instagram handle is I'm Aaron Baker. Twitter, Facebook, we're all connected.
So there you go. If you guys have any questions, you can hit him on the IM, and he'll be happy to respond with any other questions we didn't cover. And we want to thank you, Aaron, for coming in, and hopefully we'll see you again. For all of you guys tuning in to this episode, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, YouTube, all the social medias, and we would thank you for being part of our community, and hopefully we'll see you next time.
Yeah, we will. We'll be here.
There you go.
Hope
Appreciate
you
it,
guys are
guys. Thank you very much for
Thanks,
having
Aaron.
me.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Right on.
All
All
right.
right, see you.
Cool.
We want to thank Maker City LA for allowing us the opportunity to create these podcasts. For more information, visit them at makercityla.com.